Our beloved viewers, you're watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. President of the Republic launched the general population census. The World Health Organization approved a new cholera vaccine. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, launched the census yesterday morning. The general of the entire population living throughout the entire national territory, as well as in the capital and in all the interior region. It was from his private residence in Haramuz that the head of state declared the census open the population, which will extend over a period of 25 days, during which came some of 1,550 agents assigned to this task will be responsible for stabilizing the population count. The completions of this census will be based on the work already available of the category and the cartography of census data based on all neighborhoods, house and the infrastructure communities erected throughout the country. This preparatory work give the number of advantage of now carrying the bulk of effort for their missions on counting the number of households and people stabilized in each of the house of capital. It was the distinct region in our country. The head of state in a speech launched, he said, a vibrant appeal to the citizens for active participation. In his intervention, the head of state launched an appeal to the national census, underlining the capital importance of this approach. The Djiboutian number one, the head of state shared his vision of a more enlightened governance made possible by precising the knowledge of the population and its geographical distribution. This collective number, said the head of state with an enthusiasm, will open new perspective for a better consideration of the need and aspiration of each person that's contributing to forging a brighter future for our nation.
waliba way u baahan tahay caafimaad u baahan yahay maxaanku idhahdaa iskuullo way u baahan yihin shaqogelin way u baahan tahay dariiqyadu way u baahan yihin guryuhu way u baahan yihin haddii la istaago waddankao dhan baa istaagaya.
In turn, the representative of the United Nations Population Program in Djibouti pointed out in her speech that the census is very important in development of our country. The launch of this general census campaign in Djibouti represents a decisive step in the country's development, thanks to the data accurate and updated demographic, which will play an essential role in the development effective for the policies and program in our nation, she said. For his part, the Director General for the National Institute of the Statistics expressed his satisfaction with the work launch of the population and housing census in Djibouti. The population census is a particular importance, he said, for the promoting development in our country, as in information and data which will be used and which are collected through this census to develop public development policies at all levels, he concluded. The head of state, His Excellency Ismail Margile, in a telegram sent to his counterpart, the Kenyan President, Mr. William Ruto, following the death which occurred yesterday in a helicopter crash. Military, the chief of Kenyan armies, the four-stars said several senior officials of the defense forces of these brotherly countries. I beg you to extend all the people of Kenya and brotherly government of Kenya the expression of a sincere of my compassion and solidarity in the difficult ordeals of disappearance of these responsible military of your country, wrote the head of state in a message sent to his counterpart Kenyan. May God Almighty spared the brotherly nation of Kenya from the reassurance of the events for this traumatic event. The head of state wrote paying an extent of his sadness, condolence to the violent Kenyan army and defense forces, as well as to the families, loved ones, and friends of the victims in this deadly military helicopter crash. The Minister of Economic and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Musa Dewale, participated in the ministerial enclave on human capitals in Washington. During this meeting, the World Bank groups announced an ambitious plan to help the countries and in order to provide quality and affordable health service to 1.5 billion people by 2030. Indeed, the health care is an investment and not an expense. Health care, affordable and accessible, can unlock human capitals and economic evidence for the countries today. More than half of the world's population approved for approximately 4.5 billion people have no access to essential health service, and 2 billion people face financial difficulties due to the health issues. Added to this series of risks such as climate change and fragility of conflict, the discussion will focus on days and ways and means of working closely with the countries and its partners to address their challenges and help ensure that more people around the world have better access to affordable, high quality healthcare quality. On the sidelines of the work of 14 sessions of the Assembly, which take place in Abu Dhabi, Emirate Arab, the Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Yunis Ali Gedi, took part on Thursday for the annual meeting of the World Geothermal Alliance from the Assembly about the Global Geothermal Alliance. Indeed, the high-level meeting aimed at the framework of allowing accelerate development of energy geothermal in the world and brought together energy ministries from members of countries. This alliance, as well as a representative of the partners institution, to discuss the challenges, opportunities of the global geothermal sectors, their knowledge and experience on the priority areas, so that the alliance can better support faster development of geothermal energy and subsequent heat on a global scale. During for this meeting, in his speech, the Minister of Energy highlighted the notable advance, the progress accomplished, as well as the concrete achievement of our country, Djibouti, in the file of resources and energy and exploration of geothermal energy under the directions of the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Margile. The objective which aim to according to the Minister Yunus Ali Gedi, allow the population to be able to benefit from positive change and use such as sources renewable energy and independent weathers, and which are moreover stabilized for the reliable energy. A large-scale reception ceremony took place yesterday evening on board a Turkish ship which docked at port of Djibouti. Several personalities responded to the invitation of the new Turkish ambassador to Djibouti, who wanted to celebrate the arrival of this ship, which symbolizes the existing of bilateral relation between the two brotherly countries. In addition to the Turkish ambassador to Djibouti, the Secretary of State for the Investment and Private Sector Development, Her Excellency Ms. Safia Mohammed Ali Gadile, participated in this festive ceremony, and the Japanese defense attaché and other permanent figures in the diplomatic corps attend in this ceremony. In his speech, the ambassador of Turkish accredited to Djibouti, he said, for his part, and specified that the chief question will travel to different countries which have relation with the Turkish, and he also added that the chief will visit Djibouti twice, and in this sense, Djibouti is a special country, and he continued by saying his thanks to all the personalities who participated and honored the event with their presence. For her part, the minister, Ms. Safia, praised the effort of the new ambassador and his Turkish ambassadors in consolidating the existing bilateral relation. She also declared herself delighted to have participated in this reception ceremony, which marks a crucial step in highlighting economic, cultural, educational, and even political relations, she said. The Sectorial Center for Professional Training in Transport and Logistic Profession has organized the second edition of its Day of Merit, a ceremony aimed at rewarding best students in 2024, while the baccalaureate for the White Baccalaureate, this initiative was organized by the director of the center, Mr. Mohammed Adosh, and made it possible to distinguish 22 students who obtained average greater than the equal to 16. The objective of this day was to demonstrate the students and to encourage the deserving students to continue on this effort, and on the other hand, to motivate students in the exam class and repeat effort to improve the result and obtain their diploma. Speaking during that day, the Director General of the Central congratulated his brilliant students who have obtained this good result and encouraged them to pursue their dreams, strive for excellencies. Indeed, the day merit is a strong symbol of commitment of the Ministry of National Education, teaching technical vocational training, and the Sectorial Center for Vocational Training, Transport and Logistics, to promote quality education and training for all young learners. This Center of Excellency represents a valuable investment in the future of the country in order to contribute the emergency of qualified and competent youth ready to meet the challenges of development, economic and social in our country. The National Association of Local Authorities of Djibouti successfully organized the caravan in Ali Sabeh region. This in the regional council on awareness tour aimed at informing and mobilize regional and municipal council as part of the company's project civil governance and local development in Djibouti. This it was executed by the IMF with the funding from the European Union. This initiative was carried out in collaboration with the President of the Council of Regional Council of Ali Sabih, Mr. Sharmake Alale, the President of the Tajuru Ali Sabih Regional Council, and also the population of Al Sabeh region said participated in this project team for the caravan and brought together elected officials from Al Sabeh civil society, wise people from the region, and the representative of the Ministry of Decentralization. This remarkable mobilization made it possible to widely demonstrate the key message on the effective management of the authorities and strengthen the links between the different sectors and the different actors involved in regional development. During this third an awareness and exchange session were organized in order to highlight and shed light on the issues of decentralization and challenges facing in the local authorities. This caravan also made it possible for practice in terms of local governance and encourage citizens in order to organize and engage themselves in the development harmonies of the region. Still in Ali Sabeh region, as part of the action to combat smuggling, in Ali Sabeh Custom Brigade, in collaboration with the police detachment, intercept in the periphery from Galilee border sector a significant quantity of cat merchandise from smuggling during the operation. 2,900 kilogram of cat were intercepted by the smugglers who wanted to transport to the capital according to the standards procedures in the force. The quantity was transmitted to the custom brigades and destroyed on site in the presence of the head of Ali Sabih Custom Brigade, Mr. Muhammad Mumin Hassan. Under the aegis of the Secretary of State for Sport, the Djiboutian Judo Federation Disciplines Associate organized yesterday in Djibouti, a Japan-Djibouti friendship tournament. More than 66 young athletes participated and supported their this team were embarked by exciting fight in the judo, each representing the spirit of competitions and exchange. The event benefit from the presence of the main personalities of the State Secretary of Sport and in a good atmosphere with the presence of the Ambassador of Japan and the Secretary General of the State Secretariat responsible for sport, Ms. Khadija Ibrahim, the Director General of Sport, Mr. Abshir Hassan, eminent officials of the JICA Association, as well as proud parents all gathered to support and encourage their young people. The medal ceremony that high pointed on this sporting event took place in the municipality of Guled Stadium. And for the international scenes, the World Health Organization last week approved a new versions of the cholera vaccine created for more simplified formula. The new vaccine uses fewer ingredients, allowing it to be faster to manufacture and less expensive. The vaccine was found to be effective in preventing the disease in researches conducted in Nepal. As an advanced stage, the World Health Organization approval allows donors agencies such as the Vaccine Alliance and UNICEF to buy it for the poorest countries. This week, the World Health Organization reported that only 2.3 million doses remain available, while since January, more than 824,000 cases of cholera infections have been reported. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.